The internet has been in existence for a couple of decades, but
originally it was used for research and just straight communication. Nowadays it's more of an interactive media.
The internet is by definition contains a notion of connectivity, and that connectivity is a social force.
The socio-economic problems that we have to deal with are I think are going to confront everybody.
If we aren't very, very careful, we could create a wider gulf between the haves and the have-nots.
Hi, remember me from last time? I'm back. I want to show another painting right now. It's a lot more where it came from. I'm going to sell this painting right now for $600. How do you like that?
Could you put it on my account, please?
Vi spelar det killen säger, det var liksom kallt.
Or you $200.
200?
That's it. $200, 65 cents.
I'll pay you as soon as I sign with Paramount.
Well, I can show you pay, because if you don't pay...
Thank you, Papa.
And to help it out, to help.
That by the year 2000, there will be no poor people left. Okay? Is that it? She's...
Rent overdue, can't make ends meet. If the landlord asks for money, you might have to hit the street, squat. Hemorrhoids, hungry, can't cop a beer. Electric due for over a year, squat. Unemployed, sex without joy, motherfuckers in Manhattan calling you boy, squat. Politically abused, socially misused, smoking in chains cause the shit got you confused, squat.
What? Hungry. Me too.
Oh, man, listen, I tell y'all what, y'all hungry and starving. Listen, I tell y'all what, man, me and my old lady's cooking up a mean meal, man. Collard greens, potato salad, candy yams, Hopper John, man. You know, yeah, Hopper John, man. Pig feet.
Hold on, man. You say pig feet?
Pig feet.
Man, ain't got no shoes on. You might be talking about my feet, man.
Hey, mountain oysters, man.
And what else?
Hog head cheese, bro. Pigtails. Hey, I'm some pigtails. Super smoked, deluxe smoked ham. Ham hocks, bro. Man, we gonna eat big time. Raccoon up in cinnamon tree, possum on the ground. Possum set up to raccoon, shake some cinnamon down. Shake some cinnamon down, yeah. Bake those hot cakes round. Only thing I can say, shake some cinnamon down. Shake some cinnamon down, yeah. Bake those hot cakes round. Only thing you can do, shake some cinnamon down.
Welcome to this old squat. What I'm doing here is cutting in a mail slot. We've been getting mail for about 5 years now. The mail lady just comes and slides it under the door. All of a sudden, she's getting written up by her supervisors because we don't have a mail slot and she's doing her job. You know, so I'm cutting in a mail slot. You kind of wonder whether they're strictly following the regulations or whether this is just some kind of an attack on a squat. There's probably more important work I could be doing. I don't know, plastering the walls, doing the plumbing, but here I am installing a mail slot. Now the mail lady's gonna come along, she's gonna put the mail in the slot, and it falls on the floor, you know, just like this, the way where it was when it went under the door. But we put it in the mail slot because we gotta get our mail. I think what this is, in a way, this is what the whole project is about. It's sweat equity. It's building your own home rather than having someone else build it for you. You do what you got to do. I think the important thing to remember here is squatters are really just normal people trying to make their lives work best way they can. So we put in mail slots. We put in plumbing. We lose our screwdrivers. Find them again.
This is my work. My name is Elizabeth. This is basically about the Mother Goddess. I do a lot of things about her because I believe that she's the most important thing on this earth.
Always underneath the threat of extermination.
I smell something.
What's that? I smell red, man. Red, man. Get the pee.
I thought I smelled some roaches.
Underneath the street lamps that cast shadows like tears in the walls, I light a naked cigarette. The city takes its breath. Vacant buildings watch with their shattered eyes as the highly wired late-night scenes are just slipping on by me. And it's strange to hear a corner payphone ring. No one knows I'm here, I think. With clinical tone, I hear that voice say, "You can't get past the blood. It fingers through your veins." In desperation, I hail a gypsy cab, and it's passing through the intersection. I don't listen. I don't hear. I just ride, and I don't know where. I end up at a tenement. I walk down the steps, past the chain at the door. In the back of the room, through the cigarette haze, I see a woman. She's standing up on the stage.
Someone's got to win in the human race. Isn't you saying it has to be me? Don't smile while you're making it. Laugh while you're taking it. Even though you're faking it. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. There's no use in mumbling. No use for rumbling. Life just isn't fair. There's no easy day. No easy way. Laugh while you're getting on. Smile and then string along. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. No use for mumbling. No use for rumbling. Life just isn't fair. There's no easy day. No easy way. Just get out there. Laugh while you're getting on. Smile and then string along. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Poor people are poor people, and they don't get to see. Man's got to make whatever he wants. Take it with his own hand. Sing and they'll sing you song. Laugh while you're getting on. Smile and they'll string along. And nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your mommy's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Don't you cry no more.
Yeah, man, I've been trying to run this shell game, you know, Roach Chester's shell game, man. Watch it now, watch it, Max Roach. Watch this, Max Roach.
Man,
watch
my
this.
name
Watch
is
the
Max
bill.
Roach, man.
There is a place sent for me and everyone. Until then, my life goes on. I cannot go, so I guess I will stay. But I wish there was a place somewhere where there's love and no despair. It would not have to be so special. Just no more crying and no more pain.
These buildings that have sat empty for up to 20 years represent a concentrated government program to depopulate the inner cities of people that were involved with the rebellions in the 1960s. The Black Panther Party and the Young Lords Party advocated that people in the neighborhoods of Harlem, the Bronx, and Lower East Side reclaim these buildings and renovate them for the people. The government's policy has been to entice people to move to suburbs outside the cities where they would not have any political power to go up against the white power structure due to the deconcentrated nature of the community. The way this was accomplished was with the use of black middle-class liberals who advised people to give up on the ghetto and the inner cities and leave. The idea of urban renewal was used to renovate whole areas of Boston, Chicago, and Dallas. Now, New York City and Philadelphia are slated for this same urban renewal, just as in Atlantic City.
Well, I'd love to say I love you, but that would be a lie. Tell me, how could I love anyone? You're all just products of our time. Well, rainbows were shattered, just dazzling, said amusement for us all. And in the earth I heard an echo. It was a song from long ago. And history's all well written, and miracles just tricks of the eye. But tell me, how could true faith be spoken? We're all just products of our time. Well, greed and waste, two friends of mine, they still run these streets. As fat pigs dine so graciously, I said upon all our tender meat, better drink another cup. To all of us consumed by our lust, but of these things we'll have had enough of being products of our time. You know, if the flowers weren't so conceited, I think I'd wish upon the stars in the sky. And I wouldn't need so much of everything, yeah, just to keep me in line. Seems everything is up for sale, and we all bought our prepackaged lives. Yeah, but I won't lose any sleep, you see, 'cause I'm just a product of our times. And the birds still whisper magic spells, and there's a black cat balanced upon a wishing well. But sometimes I think I sold my soul straight to hell to be a product of our times. Anyway, it's off to work.
Well, there's a lot of different reasons why I'm squatting right now. And I guess I could kind of let me see. Well, one reason is there's like several different things in my life that kind of brought me here. And one thing was, if I go way, way back to my childhood, I grew up in an alcoholic home, and there's a lot of pressure on me to move up in society and to be a yuppie, and to both my parents had grown up working class, and my mother really wanted me to kind of go to an Ivy League school and marry.
White is white. What drugs do we buy tonight? This ain't heroin. This ain't crack. I want my money back. Slimmy took his paycheck and walked for days through the valley of the shadow, eyes crisscrossing in front of his nose, looking down street for hoes. The tragedy, you ain't need money. especially since drugs turns women funny. Black is black, white is white. What drugs do we buy tonight? This ain't heroin, this ain't crack. I want my money back. Full moons filled with sadness, thinking about how this fed up so-called drug was supposed to be a high. They take a hit, then crawl on the floor looking for a hit they wouldn't see no more. Purchasing manhood in the dope for sex exchange. Black is black, white is white. What drugs do we buy tonight? This ain't heroin, this ain't crack. I want my money back. Slimmy knew all the cop spots. Got so down the dealers didn't mind giving him credit. I said it. Bought so much so-called dope, the dealers didn't mind giving him credit. Watching souls lose their way, forgetting to pray, night merging with day, day merging with night, singing one song, living one fright. Black is black, white is white. What drugs do we buy tonight? This ain't heroin, this ain't crack. I want my money back. Television sets, VCRs being taken, families leaving families forsaken, grooving to the everlasting party. No work, all play. Getting that package of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Spending hard hustle cash, doing stuff that gives you a rash. This ain't heroin, this ain't crack. I want my money back. Give me my money, man.
Boy.
People ask me about squatting, and my answer is why ask the squatters? Squatters are just coming up with a response to a situation. The real situation, the situation that was actually created, that squatting is a response to, was created by Mayor Dinkins, Mayor Koch, Mayor Beam, by Ronald Reagan, by the federal government, by Jack Kemp, by the people that actually have control over housing in New York City and all across America. These are the people that really put the ball in motion for squatting, because without them, people would have affordable apartments to live in. For years, people did. There was a place to live in New York if you were just getting by, if you were an artist, if you were working at a job that didn't pay a lot of money, you could pay the rent, and there was a place for you in New York City. Because of the doings of various people, like the real estate industry, like the mayors, like the federal government, their combined activities create a situation where squatting became a necessity, where the choice was either you become a slave to a landlord where you're working 3 weeks out of the month just to pay the landlord, where the landlord's, in essence, got you hooked up to a plow that he's got you pulling for his benefit alone. That's the situation that we're in now.